Welcome to hell.
Hello and welcome to the Jersey Shore Musicians Podcast. I'm Matt. That's Jeff.
Hi.
Tonight we got two good friends of mine. Mr. Jay Baluski, Stomp Out. Mr. Mike Ramirez, Poorman NJ.
Hello.
How we doing tonight?
Wish I was higher.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
How'd you guys do finding the place?
It wasn't terrible. All right.
It sucked.
1 for 1. It's perfect.
All right. So, start with you. Give a little bit about yourself, your career in music, what you do with Poorman.
Oh, God. I'm going on 32 years of playing out, and I started booking shows it was actually called A Poor Man's Production, and this was back in, 98, right before I put out the Plan Collapse record. And, through the years, I changed the name. It was Poor Man Inc. because I was working with other people. We put out some records here and there and CDs. But, that didn't pan out. The person didn't want to do it anymore. And I decided to change the name to Poorman NJ. And mainly, I do charity shows. I don't make a lot of profit. I do book regular shows, but even, you tend to give out more than what you're taking,
It's a labor of love.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't make money.
Yeah.
Period. Right now, I play in Kirby Kiss. We got another record coming out on Council Records, another split 7-inch with Medicinal. A little road trip coming up, possibly,
Medicinal
knock
Summer.
on wood, we're going to England. So
That's
for
cool.
Rebellion
Yeah, that's
Festival, hopefully that works out. I mean, it's not a definite yet, Right now, our friend Jeff, which we were talking about earlier, that we grew up with in this area, Jeff Janik, he sings for Discharge. And I was in bands with him since we were kids. And the Towels known him since they were like 5 years old. And he's, trying to open the ways for us to come over and do some shows. I'm hoping so. I want to get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Doesn't everybody?
I toured enough to the States to know it sucks over here, man. There's nothing that great out here. It's funny. Everyone always talks shit about Jersey, but I've been all over so many freaking states. I'd rather be here.
Okay.
Just because our scene has so much going on. And I don't mean competition. It's just more of a melting pot. There's better music. We're really fucking spoiled. Because you go to some areas and it's like, this is your best band, man. This is fucking terrible. Not even terrible good.
That's also like a double-edged sword being here. You know what I mean? Jersey being what it is, being so close to Philly, so close to New York. You got all the flyover states where people dude, when there's a show, everybody comes. Mixed bill shows, everybody comes. Here, I mean, dude, last weekend, I think there was 5 or 6 good shows on Saturday night, all within a hour driving away. You know what I mean? So within a 1 hour drive, there's 5 or 6 good shows happening in this neighborhood any given weekend. So that spoiled bit also makes people too comfortable. Kind of
True. I can see that. It makes you lazy because it's like, I'll just
fuck
grab,
it, dude. I'll go to the next one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why the pandemic was weird because all of a sudden it was like, shit, we got no music. Like when the world
We were
opened
the only
back up.
show
Yeah.
in town during the pandemic.
Yeah, I know. You guys have both been brought up on this podcast multiple times by multiple people, but I brought you up because Useless played all those shows at Hebrew Park for you and the VFW. And
Christ, don't you remember doing Hebrew Park for...
years ago for him.
Yeah, the Angry Drunk Picnic.
Angry Drunk Steve's shows.
That was 2011, 2010, somewhere in there.
Them going for a long ass.
When I played one, it was 2011, 2010, somewhere in there.
The first time I went to a show at Hebrew Park was in the early 90s, probably 93 or 94. So people have been doing that off and on for over 30 years.
Oh yeah.
So somebody tags the bathroom and fucks it up.
Or Karen shows up.
Yeah. Yeah.
The soccer mom that couldn't get over the word penis.
You can't get away from them. They're everywhere, man. They are everywhere.
I was going to ask you, was her name really Karen, or was she Karen?
I was just generalizing as Karen. That's all.
Well, when you're having a show 1,500 feet from a soccer field, you're going to get soccer moms.
Oh, that's true.
The problem was the DJ that day. The one show, I don't remember exactly what show. We were smoking our fucking brains out. And I'm just listening to what he's spinning, and I'm looking over into like the horizon, and I see like children playing soccer, and I'm like, no, dude.
Dude, there's a
you're
little league,
playing some
little
real
league,
raw rap.
little league game play.
You gotta like read the room, pal.
Yeah.
Read the room.
And then later on, he's playing Jazzy Jeff. And I'm like, you couldn't play that bullshit while the kids were here, but you put on the song about sucking dick and smoking crack.
There you go. Right.
It's all about the choices we make.
Yeah.
They were not happy with the language. That was our last show there, that one. But
Yeah, because then you switched out to the VFW out in Bamber after that, right?
that's correct. Yeah.
How do you feel switching to like something outside to like the VFW? You feel like there's a benefit, or
Well,
even the VFW is outside. It's like a big pavilion.
one of them is, yeah. I mean, we have a couple of outside spots we use, do you know what I mean? But that was just one that was friendly to us. I found a new one for a place that I'm doing some stuff at this summer that I'm planning on using. I'm just not telling anybody where it is just yet. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. But the outside stuff was great for COVID because then you didn't have to worry about like a certain amount of people inside and having masks. And
He could wear a mask but outside if he chose to, or we would always advertise wear a mask,
whatever
where
your
the bands were,
comfortable.
wherever you're comfortable. In reality, everybody was outside. No one really gave a shit.
yeah?
If you felt you needed to wear one, go ahead. If you
Yeah,
didn't,
dude, if you wanted to
feel
stay
comfortable,
60
we
feet
didn't,
back
like,
from people,
make fun of you for
yeah,
it.
the music was loud enough, you could hear it.
Believe me, I
you
wore
know?
a mask a couple times where I saw like some shady ass, dirty ass people in a certain area. I don't want to fucking breathe their air anyway.
It's true. There are those folk. Oh man. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about Stomp Out?
Well, Stomp Out started as a result of what we were talking about. I mean, I've been going to hardcore and punk shows since early 90s, same as him. I met him back when we were kids. The first show I did by myself, just, you know what I mean? It started as a joke on Facebook because Governor Murphy had just lifted the outdoor mandates on gatherings for protest and religious events. And I made a joke on Facebook, like, fuck it, we should throw a show and like call it a church gathering or protest. And in 2 weeks we had a show. And then,
I thought it was Stomp Out for animal abuse.
Yeah,
right?
that was the first one. Like, fuck it, we'll donate all the money to charity. Ended up doing 3 shows, and I brought Mike on board. Like, we incorporated as a legit 501(c) nonprofit, which was helpful. Mike's got a fuck ton of experience, obviously, like he just mentioned. I asked him to be on the board for the nonprofit so that he could help guide me, because I had no clue what the fuck I was doing. You know what I mean? Like, all these bands are like, yeah, we're going to play this gig. And then they're like, what are you doing about Backline? And, Backline, like, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell are you, cabinets? I'm like, dude, I got cabinets in my fucking kitchen. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, and
So you walked into it real
I had
green.
no idea what
I
I was
do.
doing.
It was
You
a
know what I
learning
mean? Like,
process.
yeah. All
One
right.
of mine got blown up by all
Yeah.
those bastards.
All right. And, Mike helped me with number 2, number 3, number 4. We incorporated at the end of 2020. And pretty much, same as him, like, I don't make any money. I mean, I've never taken a dime from a show. Any profit we have, we've donated to charity. And, we donated a lot of money to charity in the last couple of years. Right now, I'm booking a lot of indoor shit. I was booking at Jimmy's, was booking at the Jackson Moose Lodge, been booking at Salty's like crazy. Like, Salty's is going nuts. man.
Speaking of that, like, it was like a couple of venues in Asbury went down, and it was just like Salty's out of nowhere. It just
Exploded. Yeah.
became like the spot.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you know who Swank is?
no.
Used to sing for Staring Problems, Stag Party. Old short style kid. He ran Asbury Lanes for a number of years.
Okay.
He was booking stuff with
You would know
us.
him if you saw him.
Yeah, you
Probably.
you
I'm not
100%
terrible
gotta
with
know him.
names.
Right, you know.
I've known him for a long time too, and me and Jesse Gasface, Mike did a couple of shows together, and then Swank kind of kicked the door open at Salty's. Like, they weren't doing any hardcore and punk stuff, but they were looking for something. He did a show there that did really well, and they're like, "Listen, we're gonna build this room for you, and I mean it holds 180 people. Like it's going to be yours full time. You could have it, and we just been doing really well with it. You know what I mean? It started with small stuff, and then like if there was that venue has 3 rooms. The front room holds 450. The small room they gave him holds 180. The back room holds 600 during the summer, like 450 during the winter because the doors are open. And like we've had some big shows that, I mean, the one he was just talking about with Tear Gas, like, I mean, we used both stages. So they were flip-flopping back and forth between the 2 rooms all day.
700 people there.
And they sold 700 tickets. Like
wow.
It was
That's
fucking
great,
wild, man.
That's like I was saying, because I saw your guys' shows popping up there and all that stuff. And I'm like, holy fuck, like, Life of Agony's fucking playing there. I'm like, well, what is going on?
Yeah, so that Swank booked that gig. You know what I mean? Man,
Life of Agony and Prong. Like, those are huge bands to be playing a place like Salty's.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, the
and
staff.
from what I heard, it was a great show, too.
It was excellent. Yeah.
They were great.
The staff there is super good
Prong's
to us.
boring.
You know what I mean? I didn't realize until that day that Tommy ran the soundboard at CB's for God knows how many years. So that was kind of cool. You know what I mean? The singer of Prong, guitarist, Tommy Victor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he ran the soundboard at CB's. So like,
He's going to start ruining Glenn Danzig's sound really bad with his guitar.
I'm sorry.
Man, there's all sorts of hate flowing today.
Yeah, right. We got to get more Mike more Stone. Anybody got more weed? Right. I only brought 1 beer because I got to drive home. But
Good.
Yeah.
None of that swine.
Yeah.
We got beer from Metaphyrkin, too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Right. Got Metaphyrkin beers.
Yeah, they hook us up. They're a sponsor of the podcast.
Oh, that's fucking
Nice.
phenomenal.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We love those guys. They're great. Like I said, they let us go down there, cause a ruckus, and then they give us beer to drink.
Some of the bands you've booked, I've booked in the past. Like, I can't, and I don't want to sound rude, but there's one band that he used to be a police officer. And he does sound also. What the hell is
John Mitchell,
I guess that was his name.
Blue Line Sound.
Yes, John.
Yep, John. Yep, he's a good dude.
Yeah. What do you guys got coming up for, I guess we'll say you guys do it kind of season-wise, spring, summer?
No, we go, well, he goes all the time. Me, like, I'll do it, like, a few shows a year.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I play in 2 bands. So, other than that, I'm, like, stretched out all over the place as it is. Just, like, Kirby Kiss is, like, so many fucking shows booked that I constantly got to ask my guitar player to send me the list. And it's like this fucking thing going on my phone, you're like, you know, to know what I'm doing. Right now, the next show I'm doing is February 24th at Jimmy's. It's a punk rock show. It's all old heads. Like, you have the Fear Gods are playing, and those guys, you know, the background. AOD.
It's Jack Steeples from AOD, Johnny from Headwound, Paul.
Yeah, they played with John Mitchell down in Metaphyrkin a couple months ago. Yeah, I think it was like October, November, somewhere in there.
Yeah, those guys are
Paul from AOD, the singer from AOD is a guitarist.
Well-established bands. Who else? Graveyard School.
You got Graveyard School. You got Spiky Tops.
Spiky Tops is Renee from Blank 77.
Andrew from Pogo City Radio. That's their new project. Joe from the Unsubs.
Yep.
I actually saw them this weekend because I was out in Philly. I went out to that.
The Virus show.
Yeah, no, that show was good, dude. It was awesome.
I remember when Black John was playing drums for them.
Yeah, no, it was this was a fucked up weekend. It was a very fucked up weekend, but it's fun. All right.
I stayed home.
Yeah. Who the hell else is on that? There's one more band on that. I'm forgetting somebody.
Oh, Bride Riot.
Bride Riot. Okay,
They're a
Mary's
young band. Real talented. Their drummer, oh God, what the hell is her name? I wish I could remember. Amanda.
You know, Amanda's a beast, dude. She's nuts.
Plays in
Idavid. In Idavid.
I can't fucking say the goddamn name.
She sings for that band now too, right? She plays drums at Bride Riot. She sings for in Idavid.
This girl's like a beast. She's like what do you call, like a triple threat. Everything she picks up, she
fucking rough.
Fucking amazing.
But I mean, it's not like she's like, you go see like certain. I'm not trying to put down certain performers, but they're like this.
Yeah.
And this girl's like fucking throwing her body. We played with her at the Meat Locker, and I'm standing on the side of the stage up here with my drummer, and it's like you can kind of look down because it's coming from the side. Mm-hmm. So we're like, of course, we're burning, we're laughing our asses off, and all of a sudden, set stops, and she turns around, and I shit you not, she put her hands together and like did this like fucking dive into the drum set, but I don't mean like I'm gonna like brace myself. I don't want to
No,
get
just didn't
hurt.
fucking.
This girl fucking leaped in there and like took out the whole fucking drum set and didn't give a shit.
Wow.
Yeah, just got up and shook
We
it
were
off.
screaming ECW for a while. That's right.
That's a performer, man.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah.
That's a band to really look out for is Bride Riot. Well, anything with Amanda in it, really. Those two bands.
We've caught a couple of them on here where it's like we look at a lot of these younger bands and these younger kids and they're just like a lot of them play the same stupid shit and nobody sticks out from the pack. But we've seen a couple that you're just like, wow. Like, what was the one? The Azures. Have you ever seen them?
Who?
The Azures.
No.
They're like a bunch of kids. They play like a real bluesy 70s kind of jam rock. And dude, these kids fucking jam, bro.
I had and this kind of blew my mind. Check them out because they're worth listening to. We went to the same gig he was talking about, Death Threat headlined, and it was Big Boy from LA or Bay Area, San Francisco. They came out. Pale Horse played for the first time in a few years. That was a few weeks ago. The same day that Salties had School of Rock booked in the front room, and so there's all these little kids there.
Playing Van Halen.
All right, but there's this guy comes up to me. He's like, my son's in a metal band. You know, like, how do we get him booked here? I'm like, well, here's a sticker. It's got the Instagram on it. Reach out to me. He's like, they're little kids, but you never know they were little kids. I swear to God, like he sent me their demo online. They got one song on Spotify. They're called Denial of the Sacrifice. They sound like really tight Motorhead, and I swear to God, the oldest kid in the band, I think, might be 12 years old. But
shit.
Yeah, this kid friggin' his dad paid for like all four of his sons to hang out for the day. I think two of the brothers in the band. I might not be right, but like this kid was 9 years old. He bought a shirt. He was up for his stage. He'd never been to a hardcore show before. And
Probably loving it.
Yeah, dude, he had such I went there last weekend. Salty's Without Peace did their album release, and all these kids. It was an all ages gig. All these kids were back there. All right, they're back there. Like now they're at a second hardcore show. But I listen to their music and I'm like, I couldn't believe these were little kids. And then I looked at the pictures. I'll show you before I split so you see what I'm talking about. They're little fucking kids. And like, holy shit, if they keep playing, like they're gonna be fucking amazing because they're already amazing. Like
yeah. You love to see that when they start so young, man.
That kind of gives you hope again.
A little bit, yeah. We lost hope for a while because, like I said, you see some of these kids and some of the scenes around here, like like the Northern Ocean, Monmouth County area.
I plead the fifth.
And,
What was that whole "if you don't have nothing nice to say" thing before?
that's why I try to be vague, but get my point across at the same time. They all play the same shit.
Yeah.
No one really stands out from the pack. It's just to me.
Oh, God forbid
it's
if you
boring
do stand
music.
out. Trust me.
Yeah.
And if you stand out, you're normally get shunned and blacklisted and thrown out the back door.
Been through that enough.
Right now, I feel like there's like that Without Peace album release. There was damn near 200 kids there. All right, that was on a Friday night. It was a small room show. This band Odiame played. They're a hardcore band from North Jersey. Really nice fucking kids. You know what I mean? Excellent performers. Music they're playing is great. Trying to think. Negative Force, which same thing. They're a hardcore band from North Jersey.
Who was the band that broke the tile?
That was Dipshits from Ohio. That's why I said it was an interesting weekend. All right.
Cleveland, right?
Yeah, Cleveland.
Cleveland sucks, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to say their name.
I've played there enough to say
the bottom line is
sucks.
they came
Fuck
out. They
Cleveland.
drove 7 hours to the show, and they immediately disrespected the venue as soon as they started playing. My partner who booked it got pretty upset. You know what I mean? And like by the end of before the end of the night, they broke some more shit. And when their set was
escorted.
they got escorted out to their cars. And then a few minutes after that, like some drunk guy tried stabbing a friend of mine, and I ended up, So this it was an interesting weekend. All right.
Where the hell did that happen? I was there.
That was like drunk dude was threatening somebody who was sober. I mean, Anthony, Ant.
Yeah.
Ant's a big dude. Ant can fight. Like Ant was like, I'm not trying to fight. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know why this guy's mad at me. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know what his problem is.
He's drunk. He doesn't even know why he's mad at you.
I went outside. I brought him outside, and the dude popped open a flick knife, and he's like, "Get that motherfucker out here!" I'm like, I grabbed his wrist and popped it. I'm like, dude, I'm taking that. Get your friend. Get him in the fucking. We found his friend. We got his friend and fucking put him in the car. Get him home. Like, I'm not trying to fight nobody, but still, like, just dumb shit, dude. And like for us, like we're trying. As you brought up before, like Asbury just totally took a shit on us. So like that's like, dude, Central Jersey's got this giant, medium-sized venue
but Asbury,
right now. You know what I mean? Like
Asbury, the whole thing with Asbury. I mean, They want it one way now, and that's it.
Yeah, not us.
They're not allowing. It's like, and the funny thing is, I'm gonna pull my dick out on this one. Is that we kept that place fucking open for years.
Dude, they were happy to take our money when nobody else was spending it.
Nobody was going to Asbury
I say it on
when we
here
were
all the
kids
time. Like,
unless it was bands.
Hardcore punk and metal got Asbury through the dark years.
Oh, fuck yeah,
like
dude.
the 90s and the early
Right.
2000s.
Right.
Yeah, but this is it. Like, I
Right.
mean, that's like gentrifier 101 right there. Like, these people, like, they moved to the neighborhood because, dude, there's culture, there's art, there's all this awesome
It's
shit.
called cheap property,
you know,
and they took it over
I
and
wanna be
pushed
a
the
part of
pull
that.
out, man.
And then the
I
minute-
don't call it anything else.
Yeah, the minute that they get there, all of a sudden you suck all the culture and art, you fucking whitewash the shit out of it and make it a
Well,
different
no,
version
greed
of what it
does
was.
all that because,
Yeah.
like I said,
Turn the property value up where those people can't even afford to live, and they keep pushing everybody out.
they
and-
sold that lot next to the Wonder Bar, and it's going to be freaking like $1 million luxury apartments.
Yeah,
Yeah, who the fuck's gonna be able to afford that?
not us.
Because you know what? I'm going to call it like
nowhere
I
near.
see it. We probably might be dead, but it's probably going to, everything comes in cycles. I guarantee Asbury's going to turn into a big pile of shit again because no one's going to be able to afford to live there.
Yeah.
And then eventually people are going to start fucking robbing, and you're going to have all those abandoned buildings that we used to run around as
Yeah,
kids.
yeah, we had a lot of fun in those.
Remember all the buildings that were just wrapped around the stone pony? All we did was go in there and get fucked up,
Yeah.
or, like...
Yep.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, I
We're
was
lucky we
gonna bring it
didn't
up
get
before.
killed.
Like, everything is very cyclical, right? Like right now, like our kind of music had its time in this area, and it was huge.
Right.
But now we're back to the smaller hall, VFW, DIY kind of. That's where you're gonna get your best turnout. But you don't really see, like, a punk band or a hardcore band or a metal band playing the medium to larger size venues around here anymore.
Unless you sell tickets.
Yeah, but most of us won't do that.
Yeah.
But like even it's just
I
name
mean, the
one.
only
Like,
venue that doesn't do that is
we talk about this all the time. Name one like music venue in Ocean County.
There's none. Music venue in Ocean
Well, there
County.
was, but they just disappeared.
Yeah,
Either
they're all
burnt
gone.
down. Sandy took them out. Like whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, you got, like,
we used to do all
EJs.
those Moose Lodge hardcore
but even that
shows.
EJ's is really just a bar with a
Yeah.
stage. It's not like I'm even talking. Like, you find something like the Saint or that even like the House of Independence. There's nothing.
It's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing to do around here.
There was cool shit happening at Jackson Moose Lodge for a minute, and they just moved properties. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I mean they were letting us do stuff there, and we got booted
That dude
out.
Frank does a lot of
Yeah.
stuff out there, right?
Yeah. Frank let me do a couple of shows there.
He does
and then
the metal shows
Yeah.
and stuff like
He
that.
does a lot more metal shit, and like I mean, we did a few punk shows that were cool. We did a hardcore show, and it wasn't not even a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
There's one
No.
table.
yeah, it was one table and one Christmas tree. All right, but
That sounds like a good story.
it was fun. It was a fun night. I knew, and the sad
It
part is
really
like,
actually was
yeah.
really stupid.
Yeah, it was actually pretty tame.
It was
Yeah.
stupid. Like compared to what I've seen, I'm like, really? That's what?
Yeah, that's what you're getting mad
Fucking
about.
folding table, man.
That's what you're getting
Someone
mad
can
about.
lean on that shit
Yeah,
and it's gonna
break
fall
it,
the
yeah.
fuck down.
Yep.
You know, when you're drunk, fucking Peckerwoods could sit on it back here.
Everybody's always looking for an excuse to get out of shit like these days. Like a lot of it, like we brought it up, it's a lot of places don't do it anymore because insurance.
Oh, yeah.
Insurance
Yeah.
is so fucking expensive. You don't want to take the chance.
It was liability.
We had
Yeah,
that one
there's a lot of
spot
liability in it. Yeah.
called the Isolot. The place was only open. I worked there. I was the manager, which was fucking wild.
That was the one down in the Atlantis
Man-
golf course.
That was Manahawkin, right?
And no, again, Little Egg Harbor.
Okay.
And what was weird is this girl, she rented. It was like this office full of fucking doctors, and she rented out the whole downstairs of this building. And she made a venue, and I mean, one of the most badass venues I've ever seen, where she had like the ceiling tiles were clear, see-through, so you could see all the ribbons and like the wires running through. And she had it all lit up. She put lighting inside, so it just was like a fucking bug out. She built the stage, full backline, one of the best PA systems I ever even seen or worked on. But not to talk her personal, she had a lot of mental issues that she couldn't.
Overcome.
She couldn't handle. Like a good example is like she started trusting me finally when she hired me, because then she saw I was bringing people in. I'm like, I'm not trying to rob you. I'm not trying to do anything to you. I'm not trying to be your. The one thing she had like an authority complex. If you gave a suggestion a certain way, she'd flip the fuck out and like charge you. go nuts.
I was gonna say, like, who the fuck doesn't get in this business without mental issues? Because you're definitely a fucking glutton for punishment. Doing
I always
this
see
shit, you know
people
what I
with
mean?
money
Like,
that get into it that can't fucking handle it.
Yeah.
Give me a little fucking leeway. I can.
Well, this is
handle
why
it.
me and you got the fucking best business model, all right? Like, my business model's simple. I'm not trying to make money. Therefore, I ain't got shit to lose. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I was raised by Jacko.
Like, you know,
That was the promoter that taught me everything.
I want to make sure that bands are getting paid. That's the only thing I'm really fucking worried about. I want to make sure. I mean, it's Salty's. The house got to make money, but they're making money off booze, so that's not my problem. You know what I mean? And the crowd that we bring out, they drink and they drink heavy and they tip well because we all got fucking jobs. You know what I mean? It's pretty simple. Like,
as long as the bands are taken care of and
Yeah,
you break even,
you
that's
know.
all. As long as you're not losing money.
yeah,
That's what you're hoping for. As long as you break even and you're not losing money, that's
it all
a win.
washes out, man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and I mean, at least for this, like I said, I mean, I took my cue from him, and when we did the nonprofit kick, you know, I got him, I got my wife, and Kevin, the sound guy we were talking about before. They're the board members of Stomp Out, and you know, any profit we make, we donate to charity. Some are benefits, some are not. You know what I mean? But like, even you know, we've gotten the opportunity to help a shitload of people directly, like a shitload of animal shelters, a shitload of people that just, I mean, went through some tough times, couldn't pay their rent. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we don't really talk about it or make it public, but like,
Well, it's like the one show we did for you. We raised a ton of money for Pete.
Dude, ton of it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is an old friend of mine who, again, played Hebrew Park when we were kids.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we were kids. I hung out in that dude's basement listening to records. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, nonstop when we were kids. Like, I mean, I roadied for his band, like, all through high school. You know what I mean? Like, he played with a bunch of different shit. And when he got sick, being able to raise money to help his kids, like, that was fucking cool. And we did really good that day. You know what I mean?
We definitely did. Yeah, it was a great day, too.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. A lot of people a lot of local heads turned out for him. You know what I mean? His wife was kind of upset about that. Unfortunately, he passed away like 6 months after that.
Yeah, I saw that,
didn't
yeah.
make that, but, you know, it is what it is. I've actually got something in my head, like, if I ever figure out if doing it, I'd like to do like an annual show for him every year, like a scholarship or something like that. I don't fucking know. Something. You know
Or
what I
just
mean?
something to build up a little fun for his kids.
Yeah. You know, like something annually would be cool, but I just, you know, I kind of lost it. Last year was so fucking busy, it wasn't even funny. You know what I mean? Last year, I think we mathed it out at the end of the year. I think last year I ended up booking something like 60-something shows. You know what I mean? I'm like 50 of them were at Salty's, which is kind of wild. I mean, there's weekends where I'm there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm like,
Like I said, out of nowhere, that place just erupted.
blew up, yeah.
It really did.
Well, it's just like everything in our scene. It's the next spot.
Yeah.
Well, the scene's it's dying for something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you think
needs-
about it, it started with you had like the Stone Pony used to do the matinees, and they didn't even turn the fucking heat on.
Yeah.
And they let you. You weren't freezing because you were sweating, but you had steam coming off your body because it was so fucking cold. But like moving place to place, at least for me with Poorman, it's like the scene just goes through cycles. You know, one place will be hot for a while,
Then it falls off.
and then it falls off, or somebody does something fucking stupid.
Well, that's
one
why,
thing.
That's why I don't want to go back to Jimmy's for a minute. Like, I'm doing a show in Jimmy's in May, and like, I mean, Jimmy's been good to us. I like the dude. I love the dude. who runs
Jimmy's
the
doing
spot.
very well with those
Yeah.
tribute bands,
Yeah,
man.
no.
And he's been packing that fucking bar
But, like,
out.
I did a hardcore show there, and some kid got knocked out.
Well,
And
That's his only
you know,
rule. No more hardcore.
yeah,
It's
like
just
that
punk
was But
and
I
metal.
ended up with the cops from Kearney driving down to my job, asking me questions because the kid who got knocked out was trying to file assault charges against the person that did it, and it was 100% an accident. The kid was high as hell. He wasn't paying attention to what was
He was
going
drunk
on. You know
and
what
he
I mean?
fucking walked right into a
Yeah.
foot, and I
Yeah.
watched him.
Man, I didn't see shit because I was taking tickets.
Well, that's the
but,
problem
like,
with this world
you know what
today.
I
Is
mean?
everybody's looking to try to fucking sue somebody to make a quick buck
Yeah.
instead of saying, "Hey, I'm at a hardcore
No,
show.
they kept
I got
warning-
fucking blasted. I need to just fucking." eat and
They
move
kept
on."
warning this jerk off. Even the kid that hit him by accident, prior to it happening, he
He
said,
was
"Guy,
like, bro,
you're like,
watch
watch out,
Yeah,
like, be
yeah.
careful."
Good.
Like,
I'm good. He wasn't good. He was
you know,
not good, dude.
You got to
Like,
stay out of there,
all right.
you know. And all of a sudden, whoop, bam, and
the kid had a fucking
knocked
pocket full of friggin' shit and edibles, and I swear to God, it looked like Sonic the Hedgehog because like he got kicked in the mouth, he fucking spun around, and all his shit went flying. It was like the fucking rings went fucking everywhere. You know what I mean? It was funny as hell.
That's funny, man.
meanwhile, he wants to sue the place because he's a fucking jerk.
Yeah, because you're a
It's
fucking
that quick
knucklehead.
buck thing.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, but you're
That's
high
no
and
good.
drunk. But I'm gonna go sue, and I got kicked in the face because I kept walking into the guy that kept telling me dude, you're gonna get hurt over here. Please move.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm
even
good.
that, like,
yeah, you're good.
when we were growing up, if you went to a show like that, like we all went in there with the understanding, like I could very well get my face busted open tonight, and I got to be okay with that when I walk out of here.
Bro,
and if I'm not, I'm going to stand over there. I'm going to
my
stay way
friend
the hell
came
back
to.
there, all right?
He saw me open for the Misfits at Starland Ballroom. And, okay, we're in our late 20s. We shouldn't be encouraging anybody really to be going in the pit. Like, we're just, like, inching 30 at this point. And I'm like, yo, you go in there? Yeah, fuck them up while we're playing. Yeah. So I'm playing and I'm watching the crowd go nuts. And I see him, like, in the middle. And he had, like, long blonde hair. So I see his hair whipping around. I'm like, all right, he's all right. And all of a sudden, he just fucking disappeared. I fucking go outside. We finish our set. My mother, with her accent, she goes, Michael, Steven, he's bleeding all over the ambulance. Dude ended up getting $5,000 worth of facial reconstruction surgery.
Wow, he got fucked up, huh?
If you saw his, like, I've known him forever, his face looks fine. Whatever happened was he caught a knee. Somebody's knee came up and split from his lip, I guess all the way, like, through to the chin, so the bone was showing or something.
That'll bleed like a motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm still stuck on that. We're pushing 30. I shouldn't be encouraging nobody to dance, bro. I'm like 45 years old. I'm still throwing down. I'm still fucking throwing down, all right?
Yeah, well, keep drinking.
On a regular.
You'll be fine. You don't feel it.
Yeah.
That's a true story.
Until the next morning you wake up and like, why is my back fucking hurt so bad?
You also got to think of something, too, man. It's the kind of line of work you do. Like, I swing a hammer to take out walls. I'm used to getting hit by fucking somebody. I don't go out there because I can't move like I used to. So I'm like, I don't feel like getting broken. So you get some of these guys that all they do all day is work on a computer, and they're like, yeah, I'm going to go run out there. Bro, you're going to get fucked up. You don't belong out there. Fucking 40 years old. You couldn't dance when we were 16. Don't fucking try it now.
There you go. Now you're just going to get smacked around by the little kids, and you're going to feel stupid about it. All right.
Little kids, they're all fucking huge.
That's awesome.
It's like I remember my son was like a junior in high school, and one of the kids he knew is I'm looking at the kid, he's like fucking 6'7". I'm like,
That's like both my sons, dude. Both my two older boys. One of them's 6'5". I think the other's 6'3", and they outweigh me by like 6. I mean, I think the older one outweighs me probably like 60 pounds. The other one's probably got 20 pounds on his brother. I'm like, and it's a good thing. I mean, and dude, my oldest boy's friggin' he's definitely a sweet kid. He's queer. And, like, it's funny as hell because, like, and it's tough to make him mad, but, like, God forbid you did. You know what I mean? That kid would, and I've seen him, like, somebody started talking shit to him for being gay at one point. Like, I brought him out to a show and somebody said something that they shouldn't have said. Yeah. And my fucking
they woke up the bear.
Yeah, my boy just, like, drilled him. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
my daughter
cool.
would fuck you up, man. My daughter's gay, too. You say something to her, she'll beat your ass like a man.
But I didn't even need to get involved. It was done before I got there. I'm like, this is fucking, like, I'm kind of proud right now. You know what I mean? Like,
you just sit there and look with your proud dad moment.
Yeah. All right. I'm just going to enjoy this. Like, kind of awesome.
Just because he's gay doesn't mean he can't
because
handle
the other
himself.
end of it is that he's definitely, like, I mean, he's a nice kid. He's not super flamboyant, but he's like, he's a happy kid. You know what I mean? Like, but just don't fuck with him. He's a big boy, and like just because he looks nice, don't mean he has to be. You know what I mean? Like, they gotta stay that way. All right.
So what else you got coming up soon?
Dude, this Friday is in
This Friday we won't know. Go like 2-3 weeks from now.
Oh, it won't be up. It won't be up. All right. 2-3 weeks from now, what the hell we got? Shit. Well, his show. I'm going to his show in February 24th. I'm gonna be at definitely going to be at Jimmy's for that because those are all good homies on that bill.
What band is that?
That's the one he's got spiky tops.
Oh, that's just a Poorman show I'm running.
It's a Poorman show. Okay. It's not a Stomp Out gig. It's a Poorman gig.
Then I'm also doing the one in Trenton.
Yeah, people get confused because they do a lot of stuff together, but they also do a lot of stuff independently.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of times.
A long time.
Yeah. He's been doing this a hell of a lot longer than me.
Talking about?
You know what, though? I noticed, and I've said this to him before, like, I mean, I've had people hit me up, like, the day of the show and, like, not even, like, bro, you coming tonight? I'm like, I fucking put it together. Yeah, like, yeah, I'm going to be there. You know what I mean? So, like, Dude, the average idiot on Facebook don't pay attention to what they're looking at. You know what I mean? Like
The average anywhere don't look.
They're not looking at half of the shows anyway.
Yeah. We got on, March 2nd with Gutter. We're doing, me and Gutter put together, he put on the Bulldoze, Mortician. I forget who the hell else on that. I booked the second stage lineup. It's some friends of mine from Massachusetts called Alley Trash. And it's the other band, Silentest Jackal, Gloves Off from PA. Spirit Bombs, local Tom's Riverheads. Like, they used to run a spot called the Fly Trap. Like, booked a few shows there. And
I've heard about that. Is that
I
place
was
still
able to
going?
book one.
it's defunct. I can't get into why, but it was a flash in the pan. It was a cool flash
Yeah, because
in
a
the
bunch
pan,
of
but
people
it's
brought it up,
so
and I had never
good.
heard about it before. And then that's all. As soon as I
Yeah.
heard about it, it's like it just went away.
Unfortunately,
as quick as it showed up.
New Year's Eve, it got shut down due to stuff I'm not going to talk about. But they ended up moving. They had a free, cool New Year's Eve show booked, and we ended up moving it to Salty's last minute for them. And everybody involved with that spot's all really awesome people. You know what I mean? So those kids are opening that show up.
A lot of old heads.
Who the hell else was on that? I think fucking Chained to the Dead. A couple of bands I can't read. You know what I mean? Like, it's a good hardcore metal
couple of
lineup.
bands I can't read.
Yeah, like
Well, those fucking lettering,
death metal
man.
lineups.
Oh, it's every death metal
Fucking
band logo ever.
scribble.
Pretty much. And
It's
then
like, who?
the hell else we got? March 15th, Dogfather and Operation Rewrite, which is people who own Paul's Tavern. Paul Jr., he plays in Huge. It's another band that he's in. I think, who else is on that? This band called Gunk. They're like a sludge metal band. Plays Chubby Pickle all the time. Who the fuck else is on that? Wow. I'm forgetting the other band that's on that. There's 4 bands on that. I can see the flyer in my head, but I can't remember who else is playing. All right. March 6th. Yeah, cell phone. Well, I was
Say he's
making
old
notes
school.
here.
You got the phone calendar.
Yeah.
He's got the piece of paper with a bunch of scribbles all over.
Well, no, because I was trying
All
to
I
keep
gotta do
straight
is
on
go
my
to my
calendar.
page.
You know what I mean? Because the March 1st, Shep, like our friend, the guy he plays in Kirby Kiss with, he's got a show coming up with, I think Kirby Kiss, Conde Ameda, Stress Bells, right?
Yeah, hold on, I'm coming.
All right, that's that one.
Yeah, that's right. That's the beginning of.
Yeah, it's March
that's March
1st.
1st, yeah, because then we're in
All right, 'cause-
Philly and DC right after that.
March 14th, 15th was a Dogfather show. I wrote that down. March 16th, we haven't announced where it is because it was going to be at Salty's, but I think we just moved it. I got a Conservative Military Image. I don't know if you heard of them at all, but probably not your scene, but they're like a oi hardcore band that's
Why are they being moved?
not getting into that. Okay.
Politics?
Yeah, not getting into that, but this band Haywire from Boston is coming down. It's going to be their first show in Jersey, and they've only played like 2 or 3 shows, but they exploded since they started playing. The guys in the band are all in other good bands, you know what I mean? So that helps. They're on a cool fucking record label and super friggin' helpful. March 24th, I got Burnt Milk Ghosts. March Burnt Milk Ghost with Houston and the Dirty Rats, who you booked a bunch of times. It's a band Little Miscarriage from North Jersey. That band I was talking about before, Denial of the Sacrifice, is playing that one. Yep, that's yours. Friday, March 1st, Burial Dance, Reds, Conde Ameda, Kirby Kiss, Everything and Nothing, and Stress Bells. Mortician. How the fuck did I forget that, man? Mortician, Bulldoze, Bayway. I don't know if you know Bayway at all.
Bayway, I've seen
Yeah.
them all over fucking Instagram.
Yeah, dude,
Great.
they're fucking killing it right now. Joe's fucking awesome people. All the
They
guys
do a
in the
lot of
band
stuff
are-
with Fury too, right?
Yeah. Fury was on their record. They were on Fury's record. Chained to the Dead's another hardcore band. Damage Control is another local hardcore band. And then other stages, Gloves Off, Silentest, Jackal, Alley Trash from Massachusetts. I think they're all from Massachusetts, definitely from New England. March 30th, they're doing the Fury gig with Demise's first show back since '92 with Gloves Off again, Combust, Freight Train, Discontent. Discontent is actually Beto from Demise's kid, Caden, Reaching Out. You've heard of the band Reaching Out?
Yeah, Reaching Out, yeah.
Yeah, Caden was their bass player and then their guitarist. He sings for Discontent, or maybe, no, Disguise the one he sings for. There's too many fucking disc bands.
He plays in a lot of.
They're in like
lot
10
of
bands, but I think he might
that's
play
the
guitar
age.
for that one, you know what I mean? And then actually you're on that show too. Tear Gas is
Tear
playing that
Gas is
gig.
playing that
Tear
show.
Gas is opening that one up. And then this one's not even fucking booked yet, but I got this band called Hood Rats from Canada coming down. And
Meh.
yeah. Well, no, they're playing. we don't like Canadian bands.
No, it's just a name like Hood Rat.
They're like a punk-oi band. All right.
Oh, okay.
Band from
Don't
North
judge a
Jersey,
book by its cover.
All right. And then
was hoping it was like
Intimidation's
an all-female
playing that
band,
gig,
but-
but we don't know who else is. All right. April 20th, I got a big outdoor show that I'm not disclosing the venue because they pissed the whole fucking internet off. So, you know,
You're gonna wait for the proper moment to piss everyone off with that.
No, they're already pissed. They're already very pissed. Yeah.
We are not a part of that show.
Mike,
We'll talk about that off air.
I will emphatically state that Mike Ramirez has zero to do with that show. It's Condemned 84 from England, the old skinhead band. They were around since the early 80s, and people just got mad butthurt that they're playing because they haven't played the States in years. And my friend's band Stormwatch is playing.
Fuck them.
Yeah, Mike don't like them either. But
They don't like me because I'm Puerto Rican, dude.
it was a long time ago.
I don't give a shit.
It was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Nah, dude, they were knucklehead kids when they were kids. You know what I mean? And like
Kids will be kids.
Yeah, all right. And the trying to explain fucking the politics of this fucking skinhead scene to people that aren't intimately familiar with it is difficult. And the 80s, 90s shit was fucking weird. Do you know what I mean? It really was.
So 90s, yeah, but in the 90s, you had more of the traditional skins that weren't a bunch of peckerwoods trying to fucking take you out.
Yeah.
Because you're Puerto Rican or Italian or black.
Yeah, but then you also had black people, Puerto Rican, and Jesus Christ.
I mean, but you had the same thing in the hardcore scene too, and like you had the whole
but hardcore was always mixed.
The FSU scene and all that.
They
would literally just beat people up if you looked on them wrong.
Pretty much.
Well,
yeah. That was the death knell for New Jersey hardcore. Was that shit, dude? Like that's what absolutely fucking killed it for like 10 years.
But we're talking about melting pots. We're not talking about like people fighting. We're talking about melting pots. It wasn't just one race pulling the strings. Everybody in hardcore is always mixed.
Oh yeah.
Dude, punk rock was that way.
It's supposed to be about the music. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, the skinhead scene was the same way too, man. Like anybody that denies the roots.
Like the Headache record bands, they were black and white skins in those bands.
Yeah, but even that shit, like, I mean, I won't put anybody on blast, but certain members of fucking Squiggy had some twisted politics towards the end.
And what happened to him?
Yeah, all right.
He got the fucking boot.
Yeah. Now, the flip side, you got guys like that who might have said or did some dumb shit when they were 19, 20 years old, but they're fucking 50-year-old men now, so they've learned and they're better. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And I mean, even some of that, like, we had some friends from this neighborhood, and like, I mean, there's still people I see today, and I fucking social media pains me, especially watching younger people, because like I see young kids who desperately want to belong to something, and I watched a lot of my friends go bad routes in life because of that type. You know what I mean? I had friends that ended up, I won't even call them friends because they're not here no more and we're not friends, but the bottom line is that they were friends, and like they so badly wanted to belong to anything that they latched onto something that was not something they should have been a part of just because they wanted to be accepted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they're scared little fucking kids who just needed to belong. You know what I mean? And you either, outgrow that shit and become a better human being, or you
get chased down and get what's yours.
Fuck out. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
I believe in an eye for an eye, man.
You and me, I never tolerated that shit. I still don't. All right.
Well, that's why I've been friends with both of you guys for quite a while, and you're both stand-up dudes, man.
I've known him for over 30 years.
I grew up with your younger sister, Courtney.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Dude, I grew up
with was your neighbor.
Older brother Chris, man.
What?
All right.
I was sort of your neighbor.
Yeah, you lived right around the corner.
Yeah.
Your older brother was friends with my older brother. We were kids. They used to go swimming in the fucking pool together. So there you go.
Yeah.
And the first time I met you is when I came out from doing a vacation back in my bad days, when I started working at Stop and Shop for, who's the singer of, oh my God, fucking A, man.
Kids don't smoke weed.
No,
His brain just had to reboot right there.
What the fuck was the ska band that... Inspector 7.
Travis.
Who's the singer of
Giuseppe.
Giuseppe. His father was our manager in the produce.
Oh yeah.
He Mancini.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Oh yeah. And I didn't know that he knew I was bullshitting him the whole time. Like, I'd be like, I can't work this day. I go to music school. I don't know what else to fucking say to the guy, but meanwhile he's like, yeah, my son won that Moon Stomp bullshit records. I get no fucking money.
Like I said, that's where we started. We started knowing each other, but then for years and
we
years
separated.
And years, but Metro Music, like our bands would always be practicing in the rooms right next to each other.
That's when I was doing Ash Monday.
Mm-hmm. Back in the day, that was probably like 2009, somewhere in there.
From that band lasted from 2004 to 2010.
Yeah, so 2008, 2009.
Yeah. And then it was, what the fuck was that after that? I don't remember. Oh,
After
the reach
the-
arounds.
Yeah,
Dildo
after that you did dildo and the reach rounds. Yeah.
Otis's gun stash.
Otis's gun stash.
Right, with
That you guys
Quigley.
played with Useless.
Yeah, that was a good mix. Those two bands sounded good together.
That was actually what was super cool about that Life of Agony show. Like a bunch of guys I grew up with, Eric Quigley, the dude who used to
Yes.
sing. Like,
I've known Quigley forever.
Yeah, dude, he came out to that, and like, I mean, it was cool. Cause
Yeah, I wanted to go, but I
yeah.
had so much shit going
Yeah.
on, and I was like,
You would
I just
have
really don't
you
wanna
would have
drop
been in
50
the old
bucks on a
guys
ticket.
section with us because we went outside. We couldn't fucking breathe in there.
Yeah, there was a lot of people.
We're all
It was
smoking
packed.
pot, looking at the glass, going like this, telling the girl to wipe the condensation off. I'm like, wipe it off. I want to be able to see. I could hear it. I don't want to be in there getting sweated on anyway. So
it's
many
definitely-
people. It was great.
That's
all
awesome.
right, well, before we wrap this up, I was, little thing that just popped in my head. Maybe we should try to all collaborate and do something at Salty's.
I'd be game.
We can come, we can do video, we can, take the audio from the board and do some great
that'd be
video
great.
for it. And
That would be cool. I'd
all
be into it.
collaborate and make something happen.
That would be pretty cool. I'm into it. All right. There's a lot of cool shit happening right now. I don't know. We got a partner from a club in New York that's like helping bringing some of the bigger shit down. And like I don't want to say too much just because you know what I mean. Like, but there's definitely there's a lot of cool shit on the calendar.
Yeah, because I know you like doing a mixed bag and shit like that too.
Oh, hell yeah.
We can
Hell
get
yeah,
some.
yeah.
We have bands from all over the
Yeah, I
spectrum
like
we can
mixed
pull
shows.
Yeah.
from. You know?
Even we even went so far, and I had nothing to do with the actual booking aspect of it, but I had a hip hop crew from Worcester, Massachusetts, hit me up, and they did a show there. Maybe 2 months ago, which 100%, like me, it's definitely out of my wheelhouse. You know what I mean? And like, but they were good, they were respectful, they had fun, it was cool. They're coming back. They're doing
That's the
another
key
show.
word there,
like-
respectful.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Dude, they
It's
had a
about the
blast,
music,
you know
be
what I mean?
respectful to the
Yeah.
venue, and you can continue to do it.
No, absolutely. You know what I mean? And the other end of it is like, like we said before, like I got a day job that pays the bills. I'm not doing this. Like we do this shit because we love this shit. Like
We don't
yeah.
make any money
Yeah.
from this
I
whole
mean,
fucking
I'm almost
podcast.
Here hanging out,
I'm almost 50 years old,
Yeah.
and it took this many years since I was signed with the Despised 3 years ago to be on another independent label, somebody putting out my records. Shit would never happen, man. You know what I mean? It's all luck. Everything's luck.
No, you're doing
It's
some
definitely not fucking money.
You're doing some amazing shit right now, though, too, man. Kirby Kiss, 100% fucking, has done some amazing crap in the last couple of years. And even Tear Gas, I won't say they got off to a rocky start, you know what I mean? But I feel like y'all are finally finding your fucking stride. You know what I mean?
The problem was with that band, it was, just everybody being able to put more time in because
That's the hardest part at our age is being consistent with it. And being able to get everybody to line up on a set practice schedule every week.
It's
It's
tough.
5 guys.
It's, when you got 4 to 5 adults,
Yep.
it's hard. Sometimes it's really fucking hard to make schedules
lives.
work. Yeah,
Dude, how long did it take to make this happen?
Yeah.
We talked about this about a year ago.
I know.
All right.
I was
You know?
supposed to be here like a year ago.
Yeah.
I got stuck.
Yeah. Dude, I walked in. I went to work. I worked 11 hours today, which is normal, Monday through Friday. That's standard. Every Monday through Friday is 11 hours a day. I usually work Saturdays, like when they need me to. I walked in the door, and my baby's, you know what I mean, doing like that. I gotta go. You got an appointment. Got shit. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, it's and plus with all the other shit, like.
and I always love seeing your little daughter running around with the little earphones on. And
Yeah, I wish she was here because
She's adorable.
she would have drove us all nuts. But I mean, I said to her, like, Joanna, what are we doing tonight? She says, hardcore baby. I'm like, fucking, like, wow, cute. You know what I mean?
raise
Like,
them right.
yeah.
All right, last question before we get out of here. If you could change one single thing about the local music scene, what would it be and why? Not like something to start a chain reaction. Like if you could change one single thing, what would it be and why? That you think would be most beneficial?
No gatekeeping.
Oh, it's one of my favorites.
No, and what I mean by gatekeeping is also ageism.
Yeah.
That pisses me off beyond belief. And I mean both sides.
Well,
You're too young or you're too old.
Well, I can't. I'm.
And gatekeeping, you got a lot of guys in the scene.
Well, there's always going to be clicks, and that's
And
gonna
I'm
say
glad
clicks,
it's starting
yeah.
to evaporate because as of lately, it's not as heavy as it was a few years ago where before the pandemic, it's like if you weren't in certain cliques, you weren't fucking playing that place.
Oh, yeah.
I don't give a fuck how good you were, nothing. If you weren't
kissing this guy's ass, you weren't
exactly.
playing over there, yeah.
If you weren't in with that certain group of people, you weren't playing. that's like as long as gatekeeping stays out, the ageism, sexism, all that shit. Just keep
Well, the
all that
ageism,
crap out.
I'm not going to defend it. All right, because I don't agree with it either. I definitely see a lot of it too. But like a lot of these kids found their way to our scene, and I call it our scene.
Oh, that's not what I mean by ageism. It's also to teach them that, you know what, you can be young. See, I shut my fucking mouth when I was around certain bands. Like here's a good one, the Wretched Ones. Being around those older guys, you fucking learn.
Yeah.
Instead of sitting there running your fucking mouth, acting like, no, I don't want to listen to you, or I don't want them to play because that guy's old. But meanwhile, you fucking hear them and you go nuts. You know what I mean? It's like
Besides
they won't
the fact
give
that
chances.
they built the fucking
Goes
world.
both ways, too.
Those guys built the world you inhabit. The world that you inhabit wouldn't be here if it wasn't for guys like that. You know what I mean?
Jacko. That's all I got to say.
Yeah,
you want to do your fucking homework about someone that really did something for the New Jersey scene who doesn't get not enough respect in my fucking book, is Jack Monahan. That guy ran shows from Cafe Bar to the Stone Pony
for years,
to Fast Lanes, to the fucking other stupid ass lanes, to you fucking name it.
The Brighton, yeah.
He ran it all. Till, of course, what I call the big cliques and ageism and
gentrification.
It ate him up.
Well, at least, I can't speak for other people besides myself, but there was kids that I went, like back when Jacko was doing shows, like everything Jacko did, I went to.
Right.
I didn't even know the fuck was playing half the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, but that's the difference of generations too.
You went to a Kojak show.
Our generation would just go to a show. It
Yeah.
didn't matter who was playing. You're just like, let's go out and see. We'll see who. There's going to be somebody good playing. Let's
Jacko's
just go
doing
to a show.
matinees on Sundays at Stone Pony. Like, dude, we were at every one. Unless, maybe not every one, but damn near every one.
He found me drinking in a fucking dumpster at 14 years old and pulled me in and started having me play.
Yep.
If it wasn't for that guy, who the fuck knows where I would be right now? He gave me something to look forward to, want to do.
He kind of took you under his wing, yeah.
And he taught me a lot of shit without even realizing it.
Well,
I
just
still
observe
follow
him,
his structure. I still follow to this day. You get up there, you set your shit up fast. Don't fucking make people wait.
Yeah.
You break your shit down fast so the band next doesn't have to fucking wait for you to get on stage.
Yeah, that way the room doesn't empty.
Because I remember him yelling at me as a kid. I'm like, why is he yelling at us? We just finished. He's like, come on, get that amp off the stage. Switch.
Yeah.
Just as much as I hated him, who was always like that was fucking Elmo.
Oh, yeah.
Elmo at the Pony was always like, get your shit up there. Let's go. Come on. He's like on your fucking ass.
Oh, I never dealt with that guy.
Yeah.
Little tiny short dude, ponytail.
People got short
I
attention
stopped
spans,
playing
man.
the Pony
All right?
probably the last time I played the Pony. And I took over for Jacko doing the matinees with Blaze.
Yeah.
And,
Do you need a used Honda?
Hell yeah, the used Honda guy.
Do you need a used Honda? All right.
He was the singer of Blind Society. Though.
Yeah.
That guy, yeah, but you know what? I can't say one bad thing about that kid,
Dude,
because
he
he was the reason why I got a
stood-
record deal in 1998. He
don't
sent
know.
their tape in and talked their ear off till that label showed up.
This is why he's in politics now. All right.
I don't know. I don't know what his politics is or his religion thing.
I'll tell you what. Though, it's one motherfucker I don't want backing me up in a fight, and that's all I'll say. All right.
I'm sure he can't fight his way out of a paperback.
No, it's not
He's a
even
nice
that.
guy.
Yeah.
And you?
I don't know. I want to piggyback off what he said, man. Like I touched before on that, like the clicks ruined hardcore, the stupidity. You know what I mean? And like even today, you see it. I don't. I think it's. This might be. I don't want to sound egotistical whatsoever because it's not my place to do it. But I feel like guys like me, him, you. You know what I mean? People have been around for a minute. A lot of these kids found their way to the scene a different way than we did. Social media. Accessibility changed the entire fucking landscape of how people get into this stuff. I mean,
well, we even talked about it. YouTube has changed the way people view music because a lot of people would rather just throw a concert on their TV than actually go to a show.
Yeah. You know, and
That
like
is
even
weird.
even a lot of people that are like into bigger shit. Like you'll see people that'll go to summer stage shows, but you'll never catch them at a show at Salty's or a Bond Street Basement gig or like some shit like that.
Or they won't dare come to Mill Hill in Trenton.
Yeah,
which is one of the best punk bars to ever go to. Just to let everybody know, I'll be there March 20th.
But the thing is that like because every weekend I'm out at pretty much. There hasn't been a weekend in at least the last 5 years where I haven't been at a fucking show. You know what I mean? I see a lot of the same kids, and some of them like they didn't find hardcore punk the traditional way that we did, but like they're sticking around, they're learning, you know what I mean? And that's what I said on it. It's not really our place to show them, but I mean, if they keep saying it, they're gonna stick around, you know what I mean? Like, and that's it's not a bad thing. And I feel like right now it's better than it's been in a long time, and I kind of feel like the kids are almost doing it better than we are.
Like he said, it's cycles. I think that we hit the bottom, and now it's going to slowly, you know, it's going to start building again and come back around eventually.
Everything goes in
might
circles.
take years, but you never know.
As I said, I don't feel like it's my place to guide them, but the ones that like, you know, because who the fuck am I? Do you know what I mean? But like the ones that actually will listen, like you'll talk to and explain it to them, and like I see a lot more of the same faces popping up all the time, and like that's pretty cool. And they're supporting not just because it'll start with like one band, like they'll support their friend's band, and they'll fucking. But like what used to happen is I see their friend's band play, and half the fucking crowd would leave. You know what I mean? And now like they're starting to stick around for more shit. I'm like,
that's what I like.
Is cool.
Like
you know
the
what I mean?
shows
Like,
we've been doing. Like we do such a crazy mixed bag. Like the one we did at Mount Frickin', the first band was like a post folk band.
Yeah, Burnt Tavern. Awesome people, dude.
Yeah,
they really
Mark
are
Ward's
good
a good friend of mine who lives right around the corner from me. And but it's and then from there we went to like what was it, the Gunsmoke Sinners played next, right?
Yeah,
and they're like they're spaghetti western, you know, rockabilly, and then we had Vessels play last.
Yeah, no,
so you had
Vessels
folk to rockabilly to hardcore, and everybody's fans stuck around for all the bands, enjoyed everything, was hanging out with each other, and it was a great day, and that's what you need more of, is where, you know, people are willing to stick around to see a band.
That's like the toy drives.
They would not necessarily go out and see if they weren't already there.
Course,
you know?
Mixed bills are always
Well,
great.
this is one thing that I never got, because, I mean, shit, dude. Like, the first show I went to, my mind exploded. You know what I mean? Literally, like, I'm fucking just like, holy shit, I've never seen anything like this. But I was a fucking little-ass kid, you know what I mean?
I was 8 years old, man.
I wasn't that cool. I was
12, lucky. No, I had an older brother who it was 1984, and he took me to this fucking roller skating ring in Bricktown. He had to babysit me. And I ended up seeing Social Decay, Lethal Aggression,
Johnny.
and I just remember those two names because they stuck out the most, because they were on my brother's walls, and he was friends with some of these.
You were familiar with them,
yeah.
We're Truck Core.
And I don't remember who, but just like Jay said, the first time you fucking see it, and I mean, 8 years old, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, people are diving through the
fucking
air.
energy is just insane, bro.
It's
and trying to,
addictive.
like, you can't, I mean, as much as it's cool, like you were talking about, like, kids sit home and watch on YouTube, which is great for people that can't get there, but, like, at the same time, like, dude, you can't. That's not a feeling.
vibe.
Yeah, it's not a feeling that you could really videotape.
Like that endorphin and adrenaline rush you get when that first bass hits, and it's just boom.
Yo, still to this day, there's certain shit I listen to, or like somebody sends me a new record, and like I mean, at work, I'm blessed that I can, you know, I fix shit all day, so like I wear headphones all day, and like certain music, just fucking the hair on my arms is standing. I got goosebumps. Like, fucking jumping at the bit. You know what I mean? Like I just, you know,
It might be
you know
a
that
medical
feeling.
problem.
Yeah. Maybe.
Because the music's in your blood, man. That's what it is.
All right. I'm like, I couldn't see myself doing nothing else. Not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's not about that.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Well, thanks for coming out.
Yes,
Fucking
thank you.
cheers, fellas. We appreciate the hell out of you for doing what you do.
Oh,
All right.
I appreciate you that.
Thank you. Is there anything you guys want to tag as far as emails or socials or whatever?
At Poorman NJ, right?
At Poorman NJ, all lowercase letters on Instagram. If you want to get in touch with me for booking, for other shows, charities, get in touch with me there. Or, of course, there's the Facebook and also the other
Becomes prepared.
fucking
All right,
thing.
cool.
They're all in there.
Yep.
They're all in there.
Yeah, our shit's half of our shit we do together.
You just all you got to do is look up Poorman NJ, and the same thing with Stomp Out. It'll
Mine
come up.
Stomp Out, New Jersey. I got my balls busted for that because they're like, "Why you want to Stomp Out, New Jersey?" Like, dude, whatever, just stop. All right, yeah. The registered charity's name is Stomp Out Abuse, but that confused the shit out of people, so we simplified it, made it no underscores, and just for the hell of it, Short Style Punk Night, because that's my partner, one of my partner's companies up in Asbury. You know what I mean? He's the one who does a lot.
And everybody follows Salties, too.
Yeah, and Salties is doing what Salties is doing. You know what I mean?
Follow the Mill Hill, follow
Mill Hill's good,
Salties,
yeah.
follow
Jimmy's,
Jimmy's.
dude.
Keep
Jimmy's
following
awesome
anything
people.
that's doing actual shows.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't get just stuck in one
Support
joint.
the scene. How about that?
Well, let it
Hostile-
spread out. You got to let it spread out, or it dies in one spot.
Hostile City Oi Council in Philly doing excellent punk rock shit. They're good people.
Clank,
All right, Jay Clank, Chris Catan, Ryan Gorham. Liberty of Death Records in PA. Dan, I mean, he does a shitload of charity work, puts out great music. Pretty much everything's either veterans or animals. You know what I mean? JJ's got Hardcore for Pits coming up. I think he's got Mephistopheles playing.
The name I haven't heard in a long time.
Women of the Pit.
Yeah.
Look up for their shows.
Yeah, Gina and Lori, Women of the Pit. They're actually, Gina's the one who kind of came up with our logo, which is, no, not Gina, Lori. Drew pretty much gave up our logo. Shep, Quest for Flyer, he's the one that does all our artwork. Actually, something I really definitely want to plug. April 21st at the Oasis, Dan Green shows the Oasis. He runs a venue out of his house. Awesome fucking human being. Built a nice little scene for himself in Lacey, just out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I went and saw
backyard
Vessel play there.
Yeah, great people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was the food drive I put together.
Yep.
Yeah, Mike put together. But unfortunately, a friend of our son, like I said, just
He passed away.
yeah, he passed away.
Yeah, with our last show, we took up a big donation. We raised a bunch of money for
Dorothy.
for them.
Dan's birthday is the same as my wife's, April 19th, and they're doing a memorial show with Crits, sponsored by Mike, myself, Crap Running Crew, which is Dan's stepdad, and who the fuck is playing all that? Asinine Relevance, which
Kirby
is
Kiss. We
That was
did.
his son's band, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that, like I mentioned before, we were talking about the studio stuff. Like, Dan was a drummer. The singer bass player is my friend Mark Kretzer's kid. Who the hell else is in that band? The other one is Bill Ruggiero's kid. Like I met these kids, and I'm like, "Who's your dad? Who's your dad?" Like, I hung out with your uncle. I had part of your house. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So it's pretty cool.
I'll do what I can through the podcast to help you promote
April
that show.
21st. It's a local show. It's a $15 donation. They're setting up a scholarship fund.
$15 or more.
Yeah, $15 or more. They're setting up a scholarship fund for Daniel.
There's a special mystery
Yeah,
guest.
we can't
that's
talk
playing
about that.
We can't
But
say.
I can
Kirby
tell you
Kiss
it's
is playing.
a fucking really good mystery
Echo.
guest.
What's this called? Echo Plant.
Echo Plum.
Echo Plum.
Yeah.
Lesser Minds, which is our bass player from Kirby Kiss. They're a great hardcore
Yeah, it's
band.
Brian.
Lesser
Brian
Minds.
from North Jersey. Good people. They
And
got
then
like
you
the Lloyd
got
project too.
Stoned Age.
Stoned Age, I think, is this chick Sam Neill from Bayville. All right, because she made
But
a
everybody's
web page for that.
everybody's.
And the special guest
giving
is
their
actually
time
really
for free.
special. They're just not allowed to play because of contract shit, so it's quiet. So it's definitely they're somebody worth seeing. Like, that's some pretty cool stuff. All right.
Yeah, I'll do what I can to make it out to that
I'm
one.
stoked they're donating their time to that
Guys
show.
should come
That's
out,
fucking
do
awesome.
some interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that Dorothy literally lives 3 blocks up
Yeah,
the
you're
road
in
from
Lacey.
me.
You're in Lacey, right?
yeah.
You're right around the corner
Oh,
from my
okay.
parents.
Yeah,
So
I
you
live
live by-
3 blocks from Dorothy.
Oh, so you live by Dorothy, and you also live by this guy and Caputo.
Well, I
right?
moved to Bayville.
Oh, that's right, that's
Caputo's on Parkside.
Yeah, right by Dorothy.
Dude, my parents are on Woodside. My wife's family grew
Brightwood.
up right down the road. Yeah, you're right down the road from us. Dude, I grew up on Deerhead Lake Drive.
So did I.
Yeah,
I
I
grew
know.
up on the corner of Alpine and Deerhead.
Yeah, no, we were Deerhead and Longwood. So more closer to the neighborhood you're in now. You know what I
Sounds
mean?
like a cheese brand.
What's I said, dude? Like, when we were back when we were kids, and everybody was talking about like porno names, dude. Like, I'm like, what was it? Like Michael Longwood? I'm like, dude, that's a good one. It's a really good one. All right? Like, fuck yeah. All right.
So many woods.
All right.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming. Be sure to check them out. Where's my sound effect guy?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Man.
And we out.
Bye.
You hit record. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.